God afton och shalom vänner. Profetisk uppdatering lördag 18 november 2023. IDF rapporterar att majoriteten av Hamas militära infrastruktur är eliminerad. Vi har snart förstört de militära systemen i norra Gaza, säger IDF. Så kan man höra på TV7 att Tysklands regering går i spetsen för Europas stöd för Israel, som erkänner Israels rätt att försvara sig och att bekämpa islamistisk terrorism. Däremot så finns det en annan galning rent ut sagt i Turkiet, Erdogan, som kallar Israel en terrorstat. Ja, man kan ju undra hur en sån stat kan vara med i NATO. Och jag hoppas inte Sverige viker ner sig för Turkiet och för Erdogan bara för att få vara med i NATO. Det är ju ofattbart. Vi vet ju att Turkiet kommer att vänder sig mot Israel, även som det står om i Hesekiel 38 och 39. Och med i Gogs fälttåg. När det nu kommer i framtiden. Och det ser man redan nu. Hur han uttalar sig. Helt otroligt sjukt. Men här ska vi nu visa en video med intressanta uppgifter och en stor seger för Israel. Regnet hjälpte Israel. Under en operation i Gaza så började det regna kraftigt. På det sättet avslöjades Hamas-terrorister när de försökte ta sig upp ur tunnlar för att komma undan översvämningen i tunnlarna. Där väntar IDF utanför för att eliminera dem, och de kunde också förstöra de här tunnlarna. Man kan säga att regnet var till välsignelse för Israels IDF, men till förbannelse för terroristerna, helt enkelt. Och jag skulle vilja jämföra med israeliternas uttåg ur Egypten under Mose, när månskyn skyddade Israel men var mörker för Egypten. I andra Mosebok 14 från vers 19. Guds ängel som hade gått framför Israels här flyttade sig nu och gick bakom dem. Molnstoden som hade gått framför dem flyttade sig och tog plats bakom den, så att den kom mellan egyptiernas här och israeliternas. Molnet var där med mörker samtidigt som det lyste upp natten. Under hela natten kunde den ena hären inte komma in på den andra. Här var det ljust för Israel och det var mörkt för fiendehären. Och Mose räckte ut handen över havet, och Herren drev då undan havet genom en stark östanvind som blåste hela natten. Han gjorde havet till torrt land och vattnet klövs itu. Israels barn gick mitt igenom havet på torr mark, medan vattnet stod som en mur till höger och vänster om dem. Och vi vet hur det gick för Egyptens armé, fiendearmén där. Den drunknade i samma hav som Gud delade för sitt folk. Så är Gud mäktig att låta samma vatten eller regn vara till välsignelse för den ene och förbannelse för den andra, beroende på vilken sida i striden man står på. Och det är på Guds sida vi vill stå, Bibelns Gud, sanningen, som vi vill stå på, och därför står vi också med Israel i det här kriget. Därför att det här är terrorister som verkligen går Satans ärenden. Och jag tänker på den här låten, fruktansvärd text, men skulle kunna tro att det är terroristernas signaturmelodi, I'm on the highway to hell. Det är sorgligt men sant. Men det är inte på den vägen, den breda vägen vi går, utan vi vill gå den smala vägen. Följa Jesus Kristus. Och det ber vi också att så många som möjligt här i Mellanöstern ska välja sanningens väg och välja Jesus, Guds Messias och konung. Så önskar jag er Guds välsignelse och shalom.
Continuing for about 5 days will continue until Monday. The heavy rain caused mud floods to start forming in Gaza. While the rain continued, the Israeli army started its preparations on the corridor that was taken under control yesterday and created in Gaza in order to complete the operation and use its tanks before the center line is completely muddy. As the infantry and armored units completed their final preparations, the intensity of the rain increased considerably. Keep this part in mind. Secondly, as the unmanned aerial vehicles continued to fly over the area where the operation was to be carried out, some points were found to be flooded. Shortly afterwards, it was revealed that Hamas tunnels were flooded. While it was observed that members of the terrorist organization tried to escape from the tunnels to safe areas, it was determined that the tunnels started to fill with muddy water. Unmanned aerial vehicles began to send the images they continued to collect from the region to the Israeli army and operational units one after the other in this process. As a result of the images sent to the Israeli special forces, it was decided that Israeli tanks should not participate in the operation and the infantry began to advance very quickly. Israeli forces made rapid progress in order to use the advantage created by the flood. As the point of operation approached, unmanned aerial vehicles appeared on the scene. Thanks to the terrorists trying to get out of the tunnels due to the flood, many tunnel lines in the area were detected, and the drones began to destroy the Hamas members trying to escape from the flood one by one. While it was stated that the drones neutralized 14 Hamas members in this process, it was reported that the infantry started an operation in the tunnels. As the infantry reached the tunnels, it was observed that Hamas members hiding in the surrounding buildings opened fire. However, in a short time, the terror members in the buildings were neutralized, and the operation was paused to reduce the flood. New soldiers and specialists continued to be sent to the region for about 2 hours. While the deliveries were being made, the soldiers of the special forces created a safe zone in the neighborhood, and it was determined that the area was clean. As the flooding and rain subsided towards noon, it was reported that one tunnel was much larger than the other tunnels, and the Israeli army made the first entry into the tunnel with special drones. Thanks to the observation, it was determined that there were meeting areas and rooms used as headquarters inside the 20-meter tunnel. Israeli forces organized the first attack with 4 explosive drones and started to hit the tunnel line where Hamas members were located with drones. With the first attacks, it was observed that the Israeli forces retreated about 150 meters from the area. As the soldiers retreated, it was stated that the experts who reached the region detected most of the tunnels in the region thanks to the flood, and that the big attack would begin. In this process, unmanned aerial vehicles of the Israeli army started to fly with bunker-piercing ammunition. A large number of unmanned aerial vehicles began to hit every point of the tunnel map drawn by experts. While it was observed that large collapses occurred at the hit points, the tunnels were destroyed one after another. With these attacks, explosive traps were set on the destroyed tunnel line. But the most important news of the day was officially given to the Israeli forces. Unmanned aerial vehicles announced that a new group of Hamas members were detected exiting the tunnels on the northern line of the area where the first operation was organized. Israeli forces were ordered to move some of the troops deployed in the area to the second tunnel line. Approximately 1 hour after the soldiers completed their preparations, more than 10 unmanned aerial vehicles started to hit all the points where the tunnel line was located, one after the other, with bunker-busting ammunition. Shortly afterwards, the infantry, who had completed their preparations, reached the area. The second major attack on the tunnel started with a large number of drones loaded with explosives. The inner points of the tunnels were hit one after the other with drones, and the entire tunnel line collapsed as in the first operation. 2 operations were completed at noon. After cleaning works were carried out in the area, it was announced that the environment was safe and under the control of Israeli forces. In the meantime, Experts started working in the area to check the tunnels, and the big news came at this point. As a result of the successful operation, Ayman Siam, the head of Hamas's rocket unit, and the commander of Hamas's Northern Brigade were eliminated. 3 senior members of the Hamas Police Bureau, Ahmed Gandur, Essam al-Dalis, Rawi Mushtaha, and Sameh al-Siraj, were reportedly neutralized as a result of these attacks. While the most important figures of Hamas were eliminated one after another, the second big news came from the very center of Gaza. Palestinian media officially announced that Hamas leader Ahmed Bahar lost his life as a result of the operation organized by drones and infantry. Due to the elimination of dozens of senior Hamas members in one day, the period of great collapse for Hamas has officially begun. In addition, Israeli forces have created a very large corridor towards the east of the Gaza harbor. With the completion of the siege, 4 points of Gaza were surrounded. However, the region on the center line was divided into 2, and the center of Gaza, the 2 strongest points of Hamas, was officially under the control of Israel. The Hamas terrorist organization lost its senior figures and lost almost all of its most important points in a very short time. I think that operations against Hezbollah and the terrorist organizations in Yemen will begin in a short time after the last targets are captured. At the same time, very large operations in the south of Gaza will begin after the main line is under control. The Israeli army carried out the most important and successful operations of the last period. We have come to the end of one of the most important...
Här har vi en åskstorm med stora hagel drog in samtidigt över Kuwait.
The state of emergency has put rescue services to their utmost limits as they face the force of nature. The flooding did not spare any shops or businesses, leaving the city's economy in a dire state.
Förenade Arabemiraten och Dubai får samma väder.
Dubai and the UAE are facing unprecedented storms and floods that are engulfing this lavish city. Dubai police urged motorists on Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Road between Al Rashida and Sarah Bridges to limit their speed and use other secondary roads due to flooding in the area.
تبارك الرحمن ما شاء الله ما شاء الله ما شاء الله تبارك الرحمن.
Shara Municipality Committee said it has sent 96 tanki, 220 mobile pumps and 3 high-pumping vehicles to clean flooded areas in the Emirates. The city has been divided into zones to ensure a quick response, and the Commission's Operations Center will operate throughout the day to quickly process any reports.
تجربنا هنا
Water pumped out of streets and other areas will be dumped into 59 rainwater reservoirs that have been established across Shara. Other parts of the UAE were hit by heavy rain and thunder on Friday morning, with the National Center for Meteorology recording heavy rain in Abu Dhabi, Alan Dubai, Ras Al Lama, Fuera Shara and ADG Main.
يا الله يا الله شوف هذا هاي سوقنا.
The weather agency has issued orange and yellow warnings for the northern Emirates, warning residents of heavy rain, thunder and strong winds. Conditions are expected to stabilize by midday, and Dubai Transport Authority also issued a flood warning after rain accumulated around Shak Road on Friday morning, urging motorists to choose alternative routes. Flights were disrupted at Dubai International Airport on Friday following heavy rain and storms in the Emirates. Wet weather caused 13 incoming flights to be diverted to other airports while 6 outgoing flights were cancelled. A Dubai airport representative said on Friday the operator advised passengers to use Dubai Metro, check traffic information and allow enough time to reach Dubai International Airport. Additionally, along with checking flight information online, Dubai Railways and Public Transport Authority also announced on social media that bus routes across the city have been suspended, including the E315 from Dubai to Sharjah and E411 from Dubai to Adman.
هذا كله وين يروح يتحول جوا. شو السيارة تمشي. السيارة جت هنا. صحيح ما تعرف.
وياي ناشونال. انا هني كنت السيد كان عالق واضطرينا واخي غرقتنا وما يرتفع علينا. يلا سووا لي جمعيه.
Dubai's school operator also issued a warning on social media on Friday morning, urging schools and parents to be flexible with children, students and staff in the wet conditions. During rainy weather, it is important to be flexible so schools and parents can decide what is best for children, students and staff. Pay attention if you are driving today.
Let's go.